10 movies and TV shows that Christian Bale rejected.
It's also a personal statement about the band itself.
Christian Bale is one of the most dedicated actors in Hollywood. His versatility is commendable. We've loved him as Batman. He has starred in the Terminator franchise. Back in 2019, he made us quite emotional with his portrayal of Ken Miles in Ford vs. Ferrari. And now, we're excited to see him play the villain in Thor: Love and Thunder. Throughout his run in Hollywood, Bale has played plenty of amazing characters, but he has also rejected or lost some huge characters to other actors in the past. Here's a list of all the films that Christian Bale could have starred in, but didn't. Casino Royale.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Apparently, Christian Bale would have got the role of Bond if he had said yes. The Bond producers were very happy with him after American Psycho. But he didn't want to commit to a franchise that was very British. He wanted other challenging roles, not typical British stereotypes. That's what brought the likes of Henry Cavill, Daniel Craig, and Hugh Jackman into contention. Ultimately, Craig won the part and hasn't left it to date. Steve Jobs.
Everyone is waiting for the Mac.
Apparently, Christian Bale went as far as reading with the auditioning actors for the role of Steve Jobs, but he ended up passing up the role because Steve's wife, Lauren Jobs, personally called him. She begged him not to play the part as she wasn't interested in having the film made. But ultimately, it happened with Michael Fassbender in the lead, Robin Hood.
It means never give up.
Before Russell Crowe, Ridley Scott wanted Bale to play Robin Hood, but just a week before costume fittings, Bale turned down the role for unknown reasons. The Dark Knight 4.
You don't have to thank me.
After the success of 3 Batman films, Warner Bros. Had pitched a 4th Batman film to Bale, but he turned it down out of respect for director Christian Nolan. Nolan had always told him that if they were fortunate enough, they'd make only a trilogy and move on. So that's what he did. Syriana.
And you will have squandered the greatest natural resource in history.
Matt Damon's role of Brian Woodman was written with Christian Bale in mind. But the former Batman actor couldn't sign on for the project as he was busy with the 2005 film called The New World. Child 44.
And I am sorry. I'm truly very sorry.
Bale bailed on starring in Child 44 as the Soviet military policeman Leo Demidov. It was unclear why he dropped out, but his Dark Knight Rises co-star Tom Hardy took on the role later. Batman vs. Superman.
If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
Back in the early 2000s, director Wolfgang Peterson was going to bring us a very dark Batman vs. Superman film. Before he had Colin Farrell locked as Bruce Wayne and Jude Law as Clark Kent, he wanted Bale to play Superman. Ultimately, the movie was cancelled. But apparently, Bale was also offered to appear in 2016's Batman vs. Superman. Snyder had offered him to pick any role of his choosing, but Bale passed on the offer to have a cameo in the film. Solo, a Star Wars story.
It's Han, but that's okay.
Apparently, Christian Bale was offered an unspecified role in Disney's Han Solo prequel, but he denied the character. My best guess is he was asked to play the villain, Dryden Voss. But whatever happened, I'm happy that Paul Bettany played that part. W.
History will all be dead.
In 2008, Bale would have starred in Oliver Stone's W as George Washington Bush. He turned down the role due to the prosthetics he had to wear. It's funny that in 2018, Bale agreed to transform into Vice President Dick Cheney instead. Although this time, there were no prosthetics involved. He had put on a lot of weight for the part. True Detective Season 2.
No. I welcome judgment.
Moving on from movies, Christian Bale was also offered to appear in the 2nd season of HBO's True Detective. He would have played Ray Valcoro, but he turned it down and Colin Farrell took on the part. Would you have liked him to play any of the roles I just talked about? Let us know in the comments. And make sure that you like and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube for more exclusive content. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Just on the scene.
Don't thank me yet.